This morning was pretty typical. You woke up, crawled out of your bunk, and got ready for work, right? But did you check the weather?
It's gonna be a scorcher today, with highs in the upper 90s and humidity at 100%.
Yep, it's hot out there. And if you're outside on the tarmac or down in a ship, your body is probably working overtime just to keep you cool. Sure, a little sweat never hurt anybody, but injuries like heat exhaustion or heat stroke are serious and can be life-threatening. Even minor heat stress injuries can impact operational readiness, reducing productivity and increasing the risk of on-the-job accidents. The good news is that most heat stress injuries are preventable. If you know the risk factors, you can stop injuries before they happen. And if you know the symptoms, you can treat heat injuries before they become serious. Every year, Marines, sailors, and civilians suffer from heat injuries while conducting military operations. But that doesn't have to happen. Stay safe by observing risk factors such as activity level, airflow, humidity, and overhead sun. Risk of heat stress injury also increases when working close to objects like hot steel, warm tarmac, or engines. And if your job requires gear that restricts skin breathing and sweat evaporation, the risk increases even more. It might seem like a no-brainer, but one of the easiest ways to prevent heat injury is by hydrating. Thirst often lags behind actual need for water. So when working in extreme heat, try forced drinking. This means drinking a set amount of water or electrolyte solution, even when you don't feel thirsty. Up to 1.5 quarts per hour is recommended. Just don't exceed 12 quarts in a day. To be safe while doing high-activity tasks, follow the right work-rest cycle. Work-rest cycles are built using the WBGT index, a heat measurement that factors in air temperature, humidity, and direct sunlight. The corresponding work-rest cycle gives guidelines on water intake and rest. You can find work-rest cycles in the Navy Technical Manual, Prevention and Treatment of Heat and Cold Stress Injuries, or the Manual of Naval Preventive Medicine. Finally, keep an eye out on acclimatization. Acclimatization just means adjusting to the local climate. So if a sailor or Marine just got in from a winter tour in Kodiak, Alaska, give them a fighting chance. Let them adjust for a few weeks to hot conditions before giving them high-activity tasks. Even the best planning and preparation can't always prevent heat stress injuries. So when injuries do occur, it's crucial you see the signs and take immediate, aggressive action. Signs of overheating can show up on the skin as heat rash, in the muscles as heat cramps, or as fainting. When you notice signs of heat injury, even minor ones, remove the victim from heat first, cool them down, and then get them to the right treatment. One serious type of heat injury is heat exhaustion, or simply overheating. The first type of heat exhaustion is called sodium depletion heat exhaustion, and it's caused by insufficient salt in the bloodstream. If a person drinks too much water, the body stays cool, but the person's blood becomes diluted. It can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, dizziness, weakness, rapid pulse, low blood pressure, confusion, and even seizures. To treat someone with these symptoms, first keep the person cool and replace body sodium while restricting fluid intake. The person in heat stress who does not drink enough water is in danger of water-deficient heat exhaustion. In this condition, the internal body temperature goes up, and there may be vomiting, confusion, anxiety, weakness, agitation. Victims may become delirious, dehydrated, hyperventilate, have widespread muscle spasms, and normal or high blood sodium levels. At this stage, heat stroke could be imminent, so immediately replace liquids and cool the victim down, fast. Cool victims of heat exhaustion almost any way you can. Cold packs, cooling blankets, or immersion in cold water are good options too. Whatever method you choose, do it right away, and then get the victim to medical treatment. The key is taking action fast, because if heat exhaustion isn't treated, it could progress to heat stroke. Heat stroke is life-threatening. Like with regular stroke, it means that there has been brain or spinal cord injury. In cases of heat stroke, the victim's internal temperature is greater than 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Victims may experience vomiting, diarrhea, feeling overheated, rapid or irregular pulse, fatigue, irritability, combativeness, hallucinations, loss of consciousness, and coma. Victims occasionally have feelings of euphoria. Sweating may or may not be present. And while heat stroke can and does progress from other heat stress injuries, it's important to remember that heat stroke can strike suddenly too, with little or no warning. Like with heat exhaustion, heat stroke victims need immediate and aggressive cooling, and prompt removal to a hospital while cooling is continued. By now, you know the risk factors and signs of heat stress injury, and you know that when it comes to heat stress, working smart protects you and your fellow service members. You can avoid and reverse heat stress injuries before they slow you down or cause real damage. So take heat stress seriously so that you can stay on the job and stay safe.
More hot weather coming our way tomorrow, folks, so stay cool.